Hello. Yeah, thank you all for being here. My name's Jack Barksdale, and get me starting off the show tonight. And yeah, good to be here. I'm gonna start out with the song that I wrote called "Only Human." Here it is. We're all living on mythologies, good intentions, bad memories. When we open our eyes, where will we be? On dry land or stranded out at sea? But what can you expect from us weaponized, glorified Homo erectus, walking around like we know what we're doing? The truth is we're only human. Well, I stand my flaws in front of you. They raise me up and break me too. I'm pacing holes into my shoes, fighting to live and living to lose. It's all in the biology, my evolution catching up with me, building high rises on ancient ruins. The truth is we're only human. Dilemmas and anomalies shaking up our bones, flooding our minds with absurdities till the conscience is overthrown, driving ourselves crazy, at least those who care to think about the consequences in a shared existence soon to go extinct. Well, the trouble is we know too much, our theory's wrong and life unjust. Soon we all shall return to dust, make our way back to Earth's lonely crust. Cycles repeat, the sun and moon chase us back and forth while we lick our wounds, build it back up till the next revolution. After all, we're only human. But I guess it don't help much to sit and sulk. Some reform and some revolt. Some find meaning in the folk that live and breathe and give 'em hope. You've got meaning if you want it. Your legs will carry, your mind will fund it. I'm tired of all my grief and gloom, and after all, we're only human. I'm sick and tired of all our grief and glooming. After all, we're only human. Thank you. Well, yeah, this is the third show in this tour with Partridge, who's going to be coming on a little bit later, and it's been a lot of fun so far. The shows have been, the travel not so much. But yeah, so it's definitely good to be here. It's good to be back in Texas too. The last two shows have been in Mississippi and Louisiana. So, although I kind of count Houston as like half Texas, half Louisiana, you know. You should take a little bit of offense, you know. Oh, I don't like Dallas either, you know. But yeah, I'll do a song I wrote called Martyrs. And yeah, it's just a little bit about the strange nature of small towns and kind of of insular situations like that. So here it is. It's called Martyrs. Out in West Texas, where the dust bleaches the sky, the young ones move restlessly, trying to blind the small town eye. And the coyotes roam, and at sundown they teach you to cry. And there is no horizon, only the day and the night. Just running from nothing but the fear of nothing at all. Dying like martyrs on crosses of gravel and scar. Will they return or make their homes in the stars, fallen stars? Out in South Alabama, there's a young boy who's questioning faith. And he's scared to death about the promises that have been made. A position paralyzed by the tools of the trade. It's a long road to freedom, no matter where it shall take you. Just running from the grips of society and Father Time. Dying like martyrs that the years can seldom revive. Will they remain or make their way home to the light, like stars in the night? Thank you. Let's see here. I'll do a song. I'll do a fairly somewhat new song. This one's called "Song for the Sad State of This Art Form." Yeah. It's a hit, I hear. And yeah, it's about what it sounds like, so I guess I'll just play it. I'm giving it all to a stunted medium that no one seems to pay attention to anyhow. Misconstrued, misunderstood, but looking good underneath the udders of that cash cow? Is it a world in decline? Is it the deterioration of the mind? Or is it a natural stage of the evolution of the mundane matter we call conclusion? Living real high on low expectations, just imitations of real innovation. There ain't no scene 'cause there ain't no market. There ain't no market 'cause there ain't no scene. All because we started too far down the spiral of this American dream. Policy or society, oh, what are we to blame for the origination of the cold castration of that mythical flame that some say burned within us once upon a time when the world was ending and the water was wine? Do you feel sorry for me and my woes? I hope you don't. That's not what I'm searching for, sweet emotion. It's a grand old ocean, always drowning out the sound of the sensible knocking at the door. So don't be fooled and don't be lulled when the mind is made and the heart is full. Oh, I'm searching for something that I haven't found, high in the sky with our heads in the ground. What is art? What's what? What's good? Questions answered but not understood. Causation too complex to comprehend. If it adds up, you may want to count again. Always living on the brink of a new day, a new life lived the same old way. Thank you. Well, I think I'll do, I don't know what I should do next. Let's see, I could play a new song. Or I could play a Townes Van Zandt song. Play both? I think I'll do a Townes Van Zandt song here. This song actually has a verse about Houston in it, but it's I don't think it's really a verse that Houston would want to be in there, you know. But I'll play it anyway. Here's White Freightliner Blues. I'm going out on that highway, listen to them big trucks whine. Out on that highway, listen to them big trucks whine. White Freightliner's gonna steal away my mind. New Mexico ain't bad, Lord, people there, they treat you kind. New Mexico ain't bad, Lord, people there, they treat you kind. White Freightliner's gonna steal away my mind. Well, bad news from Houston, half my friends are dying. Well, bad news from Houston, half my friends are dying. White Freightliner's gonna steal away my mind. You see Miss Caroline, tell her I'm doing fine. If you see Miss Caroline, tell her I'm doing fine. White Freightliner's gonna steal away my mind. Oh Lord, I'm gonna ramble till I get back from where I came. Lord, I'm gonna ramble till I get back from where I came. White Freightliner's gonna haul away my brain. I'm going out on that highway, listen to them big trucks whine. I'm going out on that highway, listen to them big trucks whine. White Freightliner's gonna steal away my mind. White Freightliner's gonna steal away my mind. White Freightliner's gonna steal away my mind. Thank you very much. Let's see, I think I'll do a... I'll do a song that I wrote called A Funny Song. I've been told to tell people it's not very funny. I don't know, I think it's hilarious. I just put out a new album too, and this one's on there. And also, if you didn't know, Abe and I did put together a record, a vinyl for this tour with some exclusive songs, some that haven't been released, and live versions and demo versions and all that kind of stuff. And so you can buy that at the merch table. We only had 250 of them printed, so get yours now. Anyway, here's a funny song. Ain't it perfect? Ain't it good life? No family money, die alone, just like you should. Love, ain't it funny? Ain't it perfect? Ain't it true? Love, may all your days be sunny, and may you cry alone when love forgets you. This mind, ain't it funny? Ain't it mystical? Ain't it strange? No control. What have you done to me? Not my own, not mine to change. This world, ain't it funny? Ain't it? Helpless, ah, but ain't it grand? Spinning round, ain't it stunning? Our only home, our only chance. Death, ain't it funny? Ain't it? See it coming, it's coming quick. Death, no point in running, it's only natural. It's only the end. Oh, thank you. Well, I think I'm gonna switch guitars here. do another song that's on the new album. This one's called Song of the Artist. I did an acoustic version of this song for the record, for the tour vinyl, and it was actually pretty cool. I did it in my living room with a lot of natural reverb and stuff. So this one's called Song of the Artist, and yeah, it's kind of about the Van Gogh figure, that exists in pretty much all forms of art, many times over, and the person that never found success before they passed, and so here's a song about it, a real uplifting one. Yeah. Art defines me, art enshrines me within the walls of debts and false hopes. So cast me away and praise me every day, once of nothing to offer but my ghost. That's how it goes. Tears will flow, no mercy shown. Thought and longing, the sacred and the fallen, surround me from all points of existence. Although I must pay for the answers that they gave, I harbor not a trace of resistance. The questions rise, the sparrow flies, the baby cries. So I'll sharpen my tools, I'll play the fool, and wait for my world to come to an end. I'll wait forever, a foolish endeavor, till my dust makes its way to the wind. Dirty deals, fate unsealed, was this your big reveal? So tell my story, live my glory, fashion a noose from your robe, and hang my days in your hall of displays. Watch the cracks start to grow. Is this what you expected? Is this what you rejected? Is this what you neglected? Has your statue been erected? Did you wanna die respected? Art defines me, art enshrines me. Art defines me, art enshrines me. Art defines me, art enshrines me. Thank you. I think I time for one more song, and yeah, thank y'all so much for listening, and I appreciate it, and once again, I'm told to tell people that you can go to the merch table, find CDs and T-shirts and the new vinyl for the tour, and Abe also has some amazing stuff, CDs, T-shirts, vinyl, and he also is an artist, and he has all sorts of art there too. And anyway. Abe's one of my favorite songwriters, so it's really fun getting to do this with him. And but this last song I'm gonna do is it's one I wrote with a really great songwriter named Guthrie Kennard, and yeah, Guthrie is he's played with a lot of amazing blues musicians throughout his life, and has a great appreciation and love for blues music and blues history, and I don't know as much about it as he does, but I'm also a big fan of blues music and its history, so that's kind of where this song came from. It's called Before the Devil Knows. Dark was the night, cold was the ground. Dressed for Sunday on a Saturday night. Blind Willie singing gospel blues. Down on the corner for nickels and dimes. Your left hand slide and your right hand go. May you get to heaven, for the devil knows. 7 whistles and 7 crows. Let your left hand slide and your right hand go. May you get to heaven, for the devil knows. Go down, Moses, to the sea. Over yonder Galilee. 2 trains running, let freedom ring. Looking for the moss on the trees. Let your left hand slide and your right hand go. May you get to heaven, for the devil knows. 7 whistles and 7 crows. Let your left hand slide and your right hand go. May you get to heaven, for the devil knows. Two nails, a bottle, and baling wire. Hear them holler in the fields. 61 crosses 49. You better pick the chicken while the water is hot. Let your left hand slide and your right hand go. May you get to heaven for the devil knows. 7 whistles and 7 crows. Let your left hand slide and your right hand go. May you get to heaven for the devil knows. Thank y'all so much. Get ready for Abe Partridge.
Well, hey, everybody. It's good to be back here with y'all in Houston here. I made Partridge. I came over here from Mobile, Alabama to sing y'all some songs. This is my buddy Austin Harper on the sad machine. Oh, better fix that. We've been on the road for 3 days. We had something either fall from the heavens or something or another and put a hole in the roof of our car. And I think I got glass in my eyeball. This might be the first show I ever played with glass in my eyeball. So you actually be the second. Yeah, I played last night with glass in my eyeball. Anyway, I'll go to the doctor tomorrow. Having a good time. It's great, you know, folks singing and stuff. I know Elvis is the king of rock and roll, and Jesus Christ could save my soul. But no one ever taught me how to pray, so I ain't nothing but a hound dog another day. And I cried the day that Kurt Cobain died, You know he played the soundtrack to my teenage highs. And I wonder if he found peace by and by. Oh well, whatever, never mind. And stained glass could always soothe my soul, but God don't like rock and roll. Sang the blues like a gospel song, then bailed one out for the Lord like he could do no wrong. So I left home trying to do the same, and now I can't get off this lost highway. And Bob Dylan was something like an old-time prophet, and my heart's all questions, now I just can't stop it. But maybe my head needs some rearranging. What can I say? I guess them times are a-changing. The Delta blues are the hardest to play, but I could sing you a hymn like I was dying today. I've grown so tired of trying to repent, and I felt the spirit in a Sunhouse trance. And so there ain't but one thing left for me to do. I'll join Sunhouse and go to preaching the blues. I'll join Sunhouse and go to preaching the blues. Thank y'all. Well, I left Mobile when I was 18. I got me a theological education. I went to 4 Bible colleges in 4 years. I met a woman at the 3rd Bible college named Kathy that I married on the day after I graduated from the 4th Bible college. We settled in Northwest Georgia. We started having babies, and I was preaching, and I was working jobs. And then I moved up when I was 25 to Eastern Kentucky to begin pastoring an independent fundamental Baptist church. And then whenever I was 27, I started losing my mind and writing songs about it and painting pictures about it. And then I moved back to Mobile with my wife and 2 kids and joined the United States military because I didn't have no marketable skill. Then I went off to participate in Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom in 2013. I came home in 2014, and here's a song I wrote about. It's called The Western Stars. I hope you like it. praying on Sundays. God, family, and country, and the devil we'd never consider. The strength of our youth and our sharpness of tooth was tempered by a Holy Spirit. But here under the sun, you know the weight of a gun, it rests easy on a young man's shoulder. So we marched past the graves when Uncle Sam called our name, and we became what he calls heroic. Soon the terror of a kill, it got lost in a thrill, and we'd laugh as the devil would tempt us. For God was on our side, yet inside we cried and we doubted He'd even forgive us. 'Cause mercy goes far 'neath these old western stars as the blood dripped from our fingers. At least that's what we're told, as another man's gold got loaded into our coffers. And this morning we raged at the dawning of day, as we sat lone and idle. A white morning dove, it flew down from above, and it mounted on my buddy's rifle. And in silence we sat as our hearts turned to black, and my buddy, he pulled the trigger. And when the gun smoke dispelled, we found our souls in hell, and the devil much more than a tempter. Yes, the devil much more than a tempter. Yes, the devil much more than a tempter. Thank y'all. When I came back from the desert, I started playing my songs to people. And, well, I happen to make the kind of songs that most people don't like. And whenever you do that, what you have but the good news is it's 2025. And, you know, I know that the internet and social media is leading us all to a fiery end, but it's been pretty great for independent artists to reach out to folks, at least for the time being, until they all replace us. Anyway, I don't want to, my phone's sitting down here, so I need to be careful because I don't want Mark Zuckerberg's curly-headed bitch ass listening to what I'm saying. But he's a great guy, you know. I mean, it's really great. This is not a dystopia. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's no big deal. Daniel Ek, who is the CEO of Spotify, just gave $694 million to a AI military startup called Helsing. It's fine. It's fine. It's great. It's wonderful.
It's cool. It's cool. This is not a dystopia. It's great. It's capitalism doing its thing, yeah. It's great. But anyway, people's been doing this, and I'm sure we'll still be doing this whenever they got the little, Spotify drones. It's great. It's wonderful. But anyway, I started playing my songs, and that was about 9 years ago. Then in 2019, I left my job. I grew up listening to rock and roll music. My favorite band was called Sonic Youth and Nirvana. And when I was 15 years old, I heard Sonic Youth for the first time, and that was because I went down to the record store and I told them I was into Nirvana, and they said, well, you probably like Sonic Youth. So I started listening to Sonic Youth. Then I had a religious experience when I was 18 that made me get rid of all my rock and roll music and go in hardcore to the Independent Fundamental Baptist Church, where they do not like rock and roll music. And then whenever I left there in 2008, I went back and started listening to Sonic Youth again. And then I started playing my songs, and then about a year ago, my buddy up in Memphis called me and said, hey man, Steve Shelley from Sonic Youth is playing your songs on his broadcast here on the radio station. I said, are you kidding? I said, connect us. So he connected us, and then I went up to New York City back in May of last year with Matthew Sweet. I was opening on the road for him, and my first night in New York City as a former Baptist preacher, I was hanging out with Steve Shelley at NYU watching a movie about punk rock in Berlin in the 80s. And then we hit off a friendship, and then Steve Shelley just played drums and made my new record that should come out in October sometime. And then we'll hand it over to Daniel Eck so he can make a little bit of money on it and make sure these AI drones can kill the shit out of all of us later on. It's wonderful. See how it works? Anyway, here's a song that's probably going to be on my new record. It's called You Can't Be a Cowboy in Atlanta. Oh shit, I forgot this is being live streamed. I don't care. They don't give a shit about me. I don't have enough spins for them to give a shit about me, and I damn sure don't give a shit about them, so what does it matter? But anyway, here's it is. It's called You Can't Be a Cowboy in Atlanta. You want to kick it off? I wish I had some nudie suits like Porters, Hanks, and Grahams. I dress up my band real cute, but them things cost least $1,000. I tried to don a cowboy hat, but they don't fit right on my head. And anyway, it seems the real cowboys are a couple generations dead. It's hard to write a country song in this city where I live. So I listen to old Solid Gold and watch Western films instead. I wished I'd rode the lonesome rails like Jimmy Rogers did. I'd make a blues of all my tales and yodel through the traffic jams. But you can't be a cowboy in Atlanta. But I reckon we could dress up and pretend with bandanas and pearl snaps, bolos and leather chaps, and when folks look at us funny, we'll just grin. I'd like to run a wild stallion right up the middle of 85 and climb a concrete canyon, watch those city folk going wild. Tuck a long piece of straw into the corner of my smile, and I'd laugh as they run raw, then ride off in the horizon. But you can be a cowboy in Atlanta.
Have you seen the price of real estate? Every cow needs an acre, and these acres now are sacred. At least developers bid 'em up that way. No, you can't be a cowboy in Atlanta, but that don't mean that one day I won't try. You'll look out toward the sunset, you'll see my silhouette like the Marlboro Man against the city skyline. Yes, you'll look out toward the sunset and you'll see my silhouette like the Marlboro Man against the Atlanta skyline. Well, thank y'all. I just got done playing to the biggest crowd I ever played to in my life. The other day, I was opening for my buddies and the Red Clay Strays, and they sold out 30,000 tickets over 3 nights, and they let me open one of them shows, and you know, they're real cool to me like that, and I love them boys. We've been together since we started. And anyway, why was I saying this? What was I about to play?
Because it's cool.
Oh, no. Oh, shit, I forgot what I was about. Oh, I know what I was about to say. So I played, you know, I made a punk band with 3 of them called the Psych Peas, where we just rolled around on the floor and scream and stuff. And we used to do Abe Partridge, I'd open. Then Psych Peas would play, and then the Red Clay Strays would play. And we'd maybe if we was lucky, we'd get about 50 people, you know. And them days is over. I mean, not for me, but for them. And anyway, for a while there was a good while there back right before the pandemic. Jacob Hall, is the drummer from the Strays, John Hall, his brother. He was on the road with me for a good piece and played keys with me. And he was a victim of the pandemic. Not from the virus, but from the other shit around the virus. And so I wrote. They asked me to do his memorial service, and so I wrote him this song. It's called Ghost. It was from my little buddy Jacob Hall. Can we do it there?
Yeah, wherever you want.
Chasing diamonds in our skies, we were searching for something worth believing, and we were strung out on hope and folk songs and open roads. Our souls were in every note that we were playing. I thought we dreamed of better days. Now I'm lost in a haze. I didn't know how bad that you were hurting. So now I whisper your name in prayer without the slightest idea that you might even be listening. And if heaven is real, well, they ain't never met a ghost that could sing it quiet like you. I seen you roll back your sleeves and sit down low behind the keys, and you'd strike a chord that struck us like lightning. Then we'd sweat out our sins till the Spirit would descend, and your light was so bright it was damn near blinding. But now you've laid aside your crown and the darkness abounds. You left us with so many questions. I guess you lived by the words too tender for this world and far past our understanding. And now time rolls on, but in my heart there's a hole as I remember you in all of your glory. So rest easy, dear brother, know that I will always love you. You'll live on in our songs and all of our stories. And if heaven is real, well then I hope I'll meet you there, and we can sing it through the ages. Hallelujah. And I know the heavenly host, they ain't never met a ghost that could sing it quiet like you. Well, if you're hurting that way, you talk to folks. There's a song I wrote called White Trash Lipstick. Hope you like it. I was headed up the country just a wasting away, man. This city life's a downer, I could use a vacation. My truck broke down in some remote location. Now I'm falling in love. And you were sitting on your front porch the first time I saw you. You wore a wrinkled t-shirt advertising marijuana, and that trailer park you lived in was like little Tijuana. But I'm falling in love, baby, with that white trash lipstick. It looks a mighty fine on you. And oh baby, I don't understand it, but I think that I'm falling for you, and that's alright. You came a-strutting up to me, said let me look under your hood, and I could tell by your walk you wasn't no good. You didn't move the way that a young girl should, but I'm falling in love. You had a sheen on your face like you'd been cooking over fryers. Your feet were all tore up from walking through them briars, And that tattoo on your back of the Queen of Diamonds had me falling in love. Baby, with that white trash lipstick, it looks mighty fine on you. And oh, baby, I don't understand it, but I think that I'm falling for you, and that's all right. Get it there, buddy. And I could tell that you didn't have the greatest of schooling. Your blonde hair dye wasn't doing no fooling, but you were swinging that ratchet like you knew what you was doing, and I'm a-falling in love. And then you slammed my hood, said turn it over now. You were covered up in grease, but I sure didn't care. I said, baby, hop in my truck and let's get out of here, because I'm falling in love.
Y'all give it up for Austin Harper on this sad machine. I'm going to bring him and Jack up here in a little bit, and I'm going to play y'all this one here. This was I wrote this song after I went to go see the Bob Dylan movie with my daughter back in February. You know, we all just stand on other folks' shoulders, at least in the arts, and those are two of my heroes, kind of paved the way for what it is that I do, and or at least attempt to do. But I got so moved by the scene where Bob Dylan was singing to Woody Guthrie, and I tried not to let my daughter see me shedding a little bit of a tear there. And I got home and I said, man, Woody Guthrie had talking blues and Bob Dylan had talking blues. And Townes Van Zandt had talking blues, but I ain't got no talking blues. And so I wrote this song the next day. And I paint. Some people like my paintings. Most people don't like my paintings, but it happens to be exactly like music. You don't have to make the kind of art and the kind of songs that everybody likes. You just can make, in 2025, you can make the kind of shit that you like, and then go around the country and find everybody that's just as crazy as you are. And that's what I've been doing for the last 9 years. And, you know, some people might look at it and say it ain't going so well, but it's going better than it was when I started, I promise you that. And so, anyway, and you know, I got a wife and I got 3 children, and we somehow scrape our way a living upon this earth by making shit and sharing it with folks. Every day of my life, I'm either making something or I'm sharing something that I already had made. And I'm very fortunate and blessed and love having the opportunity, thanks to the Mucky Duck. And I mean, these guys are huge supporters of the arts, and I'm so privileged and honored to be here. And anyway, we got records back there if you want to buy them. And so I paint sometimes. I paint chickens, and sometimes I put sayings on my paintings. And some of the things that I say is that you know, me and my wife's raised a lot of chickens, and you never should look them in the eye. And people will say, "Why do you say that?" And it's too long of a thing to talk about at the merch table, you know. And so I figured I'd just write a talking blues about it. So this is a song called "The Talk and Never Stare into the Eyes of a Chicken Blues." I was in East Tennessee, just passing through, my guitar in tow, feeling pretty blue. I was getting kind of car sick and homesick too. My head was pounding, but I was pushing through. See, I was 3 weeks into the tour of a kind where you don't make no money, there ain't no sense in trying. I was playing for exposure, I guess.
wondering how many people died from shit like that. But I was born a folk singer way down in my heart. I ain't doing it for money and I ain't about to start. And like most artists, I'm prone to get depressed. And poverty don't help you out of stuff like that. Depression, that is. So I woke up that morning, I was down and broke. I gassed up my car and I hit the back roads. It was just 4 hours to my next show, so I had time to kill. I was driving slow when I came upon a flea market stand, and I ain't never been the kind of man that'll pass one up in them Appalachian hills where you can find weird stuff at pretty good deals. There was produce, antiques, and buffalo hides, and apple butter, and mason jars, and welding supplies, an old couch, just like my granny owned, broken fax machines, orange traffic cones, and Indian beads, and homemade knives, even a livestock section to my surprise. There were pigs and ducks and a billy goat, and there were cages full of chickens stacked in rows. Well, now me and my wife, we started out in the country, and for that, my friend, we sure feel lucky, because we both got a love for gardens and such, and chickens always held a special place in our hearts and our stomachs. Now. Well, the flea market man said, "Can I help you with something?" I said, "No, buddy, I'm just looking. I'm out here on the road burning time. I'm going to look at your chickens now, if you don't mind." There were Dominickers, Orpingtons, and Wyandottes, and Rhode Island Reds, and Plymouth Rocks, and Golden Comets, and White Leghorns, Jersey Giants, and Australorps, and Delawares, and Cornish, and Naked Necks, and German Creepers, and Speckled Sussex, and Silkies, Brahmas, and California Greys, and Coachies, and Bannies, and Golden Cascades, Americanas, Well Summers, Easter Eggers, Blue Andalusians, and Barnvelders, Black Stars, Amberlinks, and Issa Browns, and my favorite of all was the Mystic Morans. I said, "Damn, that is quite the assortment." Well, now let me be clear. I got to get this straight, because this story demands you get my mental state. See, I'll stand behind a mic and I'll wear a big grin, but that ain't always the fairest picture of what's happening within. See, I've been making it now as a troubadour. But lately I've been wondering what all the hell for. Yeah, I'm chasing the ghost of Woody and Towns, but what would I do if I finally tracked them down? And I've had a habit since I was a kid of jumping into something and running right out to the edge, and by the time I was old enough to see this pattern, it was too late for me to do that much about it. And I could take a thought running through my head, and I'll think it till it about thinks me dead, and I'll make a monster of about anything if I let my brain get up and get away from me. And sometimes the road, it'll put me in a trance. It'll bring out my demons and make me watch them dance. And by the time I get back straight in my mind, I noticed a couple days done passed by. Oh, I'm sorry, I ain't trying to overshare and all. It's just part of the story. I was staring at the chickens, adoring the feathers. I was putting fingers in cages, trying to pet them, studying the way they moved around, the way they held themselves, and all their different sounds. I laughed at the roosters, interacted with the hens. It was a soap opera in each and every pen. Then it dawned on me, and I said, "Whoa, would you look at the variations in a rooster's crow?" Some a cock-a-doodle do, and some a cock-a-doodle don't, and some a cock-a-doodle however the hell they want, and some a sound a grunt, and some a sound a yell, and some a sound like they're dying, some will give you a scare. Well, now the flea market man, he had a nice southern drawl, so we were shooting the shit and making small talk. He asked if I'd ever raised any birds on my own. I said, "Yeah, but not since I've been out on the road." He said, "My boy plays a banjo, he's pretty good too. What kind of music is it that you do?" I said, "I play the kind of songs that a leghorn would play if he was trying to get the Dominicker hen to lay." Some eggs, that is. Oh, God. Well, that fella looked at me like I was stupid. He must have thought I was crazy or drugged and loopy. What made me say it, I still don't know it, but it made perfect sense to me in the moment.
And maybe my thinking of singing chickens, it stems from my early childhood obsession with a rooster that sang the Roger Miller tune in the Disney movie, the Robin Hood cartoon. And I thought, what if that rooster had laid down his guitar and joined Robin Hood and taken up arms? He could have been a spark in the People's Rebellion that wrangled back the freedom from the Nottingham sheriff. And just about the time the thought became clear, I became convicted of my need to look in the mirror, because right now they're robbing poor to give to the rich, and all I can do is sit around here and sing about it. Oodle lolly golly, what have I become? See what I'm saying? Once my mind gets loosed, I'll turn a thread till it becomes a noose. So I took a deep breath of that chicken shit air. I slowly exhaled, running fingers through my hair. Then the flea market man, he walked away real awkward at me. You know I never know when to quit talking. I yelled, don't you want a leghorn singing to hens? Trying to get him to lay an egg just for him, but he ignored me and walked on about. I said, God, please help me learn to shut my mouth. I tried to play it off. I faked a yawn. I put my phone up to my ear acting like somebody called. And then I turned around all nonchalant and I locked eyes with a golden lace wine dot. I was mesmerized by his eyes so red. And it might sound funny, but it was getting to my head, because he was staring at me. I stared right back at him. Was he sizing me up, or was he even aware? I thought I saw a universe in his eyes. Then I wondered what was going on just behind. How's the world look through those red eyes? Does he even understand the passing of time? Like, does every single moment refresh anew? Does he face the horror of existence without a clue? Cause I ain't never seen a chicken with a weary sigh who's been up all night in the coop a crying. You know, they get up every morning, put their face in the dirt, they spit out the mud and they swallow the worms, and then they peck around without a care in the world. They peck and peck and peck again some more. They practice reproduction, then go to roost and run it back in the morning. Cock-a-doodle-doo, and now the chicken never flinched. It's like he couldn't scare. It only grew the intensity of our locked-in stare. Then once I started thinking on it, you know, I've never learned to just live in the moment. I'm always haunted by my future and past, what's left to gain and what losses I've had. And might I be the only one of my kind who found these thoughts in a chicken's eyes? And then he curled his head and he lowered his beak. I yelled, this wine dot's got a beat on me. I balled my fist, I began to sweat. I tried to leave, but I was feeling trapped. I screamed, what's this thing, a bird or a demon? Something's in his eyes that wouldn't let me leave him. I hope this wasn't something like Edgar Allan Poe, because at the end of that, the raven took his soul. Then all at once, existential dread, it flooded my heart, it drowned in my head. I said, is there a hell? And what is sin? And why can nobody tell me what consciousness is? And how does anybody expect us to live with ominous certainty of ever approaching death? Well, the flea market man said, hey, buddy, now listen, you just can't stand here and scream at my chickens. Wipe that sweat off of your brow and find your way up and out of here now. So I left that joint, I got back on the road, I got down here in Houston just in time for this show. I tuned my guitar and I corded my mic. It's been real good to be with y'all here tonight. So here's a message for y'all, please take heed. If you ever find yourself in East Tennessee and you're a bit wigged out and scared of the road, I want you to be real careful about where you go. And if you see that old flea market stand, don't you stop or so much as wave your hand, because I'm telling y'all, I damn near lost my mind looking into them chickens' eyes. But hey, at least I got this song for you. And now everybody likes a talking blues where you can turn your pain right into a joke if you can write it in a verse and sing it to folk. And maybe this will be my legacy as a writer. I took my struggles and turned them lighthearted. You know, I think of what my favorite artists left behind, turning their agony into rhymes, because you know Bob Dylan, he was something of a tortured character, yet he won the Nobel Prize in Literature. And I'm certain that in the coming years, he'll be named right alongside the great William Shakespeare. So I do my best to keep a holding on to what mind I got left to try to write these songs, because I could live with a curse or I can make it a blessing. To be or not to be, that truly is the question. Oh, Willie Shakespeare said that.
And don't you never stare into the eyes of a chicken. I said that. Y'all come on, fellas. Thank you. Well, thank you. I think that one clocks in about 10 minutes. So, all right, here we go. I was reading this author named Ted Goya. He's out of California. I like reading his articles and work and stuff. He's a great journalist about music and stuff. But he said music, you don't really, something about like music, it can like affect your body and all this in different ways, but not until it's about 10 minutes long. So, it's like does something for your rhythms and shit, you know, science. But y'all give it up again for Jack Barksdale over here.
Oh, it's right here. I think it's
Gotta be one of them.
Thank you.
Me and Jack wrote a song together. I met him when he was 12 years old. That was 6 years ago. They told me that I was playing some festival down in Florida or Alabama called the Frank Brown Songwriter Festival, and they said, hey, we got great news for you. You're going to be playing with Jack Barksdale, a 12-year-old kid from Texas. And I was like, that's not a good idea. And it's not really appropriate all the time. But I went reluctantly, and then I was blown away. Well, me and Jack's been buddies ever since then, and we've done a bunch of stuff together. But this is our first tour together, and I'm honored to take him. And right now he's playing ahead of me, but just like all my other friends, before long he's gonna be up there, and I'll be opening for him. So, there he is. And I'll still be right here. But that's okay. I like being right here. Here we go. This song we wrote, me and Jack wrote together. It's called I'm Done. Is this where we play it?
Yes.
I've been trading my time for not enough, skipping the bills and riding the bluff, running a race that wasn't designed for me to win. But it seems like every morning I just get up and do it again. I said I'm sorry at least 1,000 times, numbered my curses and drew out some lines, saying prayers that's getting hard to believe. It's like I'm throwing out a wish list, expecting God to heed. As another day closes, I didn't know it had begun. I'm just raising up my fist at the setting sun. Tomorrow is faster than I could ever outrun. Now I'm just trying to find a pretty way to say I'm done. Yes, I'm just trying to find a pretty way to say I'm done.
Well, the sunshine just seems like some sick joke now. It haunts my thoughts with each passing hour. finding less and less to look forward to. The skies are turning gray and the flowers are afraid to bloom.
As another day closes, I didn't know had begun. I'm just raising up my fist at the setting sun. Tomorrow is faster than I could ever outrun. Now I'm just trying to find a pretty way to say I'm done. Yes, I'm just trying to find a pretty way to say I'm done. As the hours grow to days and the days grow to weeks, I'm overwhelmed in silence, then the cycle repeats. As another day closes, I didn't know had begun. I'm just raising up my fist at the setting sun. Tomorrow is faster than I could ever outrun. Now I'm just trying to find a pretty way to say I'm done. Yes, I'm just trying to find a pretty way to say I'm done.
Thank y'all. What did they do for the last song? Okay. Is it time for us to pretend like we're leaving? Where's... Okay. Bye, everybody. Okay. Oh, there we are. Oh, you shouldn't have, really. Oh, you're too kind. Please, I'm flattered. You know, one of the oddest things about doing this is that. I don't know if y'all have ever been up here. Like those shows. Yeah, for a long time, for like 3 years, every show I was like, hey, look, I'm tell me what you want me to play, I'll play it. Because it's so weird. It's like, I knew you were going to do that. It's just like it's true. It's true, dude. Okay, anyway. Obviously, this is unscripted. All right.
I'm always worried that that people are just gonna be like, oh God, are they coming on again? I thought he was done.
Well, me and Jack both love a guy named John Prine. And I was fortunate enough to get to meet him in 2020 in January. I got to hang out with him at the 38th Songwriter Festival briefly. And yeah, if y'all ain't never heard of that, that's a good one to come to. And my manager runs it, and so sometimes I get to be in places that I shouldn't. And that was one of them. But anyway, when I was 20, I think I was 26 or 25. I was trying to pastor a church in Middlesboro, Kentucky, and PBS came on TV, Austin City Limits, and I saw a guy named John Prine. I'd never heard him before. And I sat there and I was rocking my baby girl, and while simultaneously having like a 2-year-long breakdown. And I heard this song being sung on that, and it changed my life. So anyway, this is a song called "Crazy as a Loon." Well, you never done this really, so first time maybe it'll work. Y'all already got this part of the show you paid for. This is the free part.
Back before I was a movie star, I strayed off of the farm. I had a picture of another man's wife tattooed on my arm, with a pack of Camel cigarettes in the sleeve of my t-shirt. I headed out to Hollywood just to have my feelings hurt. Yes, that town'll make you crazy. Just give it a little time. You'll be walking round in circles down on Hollywood and Vine, and you'll be waiting on a phone call at the wrong end of a broom. Yes, that town'll make you crazy, just crazy as a loon.
So I headed up to Nashville to become a country star. Every night you'd find me hanging at every honky-tonkin' bar. Pretty soon I met a woman. Pretty soon she done me wrong. Pretty soon my life got sadder than any country song. Oh, that sound'll make you crazy. Just give it a little time. You'll be walking round in circles, looking for that country rhyme. You'll be waiting on a phone call at the wrong end of a broom. That sound'll make you crazy, crazy as a loon.
So I gathered up my savvy, bought myself a business suit. I headed north to New York City, where a man can make some loot. I got hired Monday morning, downsized that afternoon, filled with grief that evening, just crazy as a loon. Yes, that town'll make you crazy, just give it a little time. You'll be rocking round in circles. You'll be waiting on a phone call at the wrong end of a broom. Yes, this town'll make you crazy, just crazy as a loon.
So I'm up here in these north woods, just staring at a lake, wondering just exactly how much they think a man can really take. I eat fish to pass the time away, 'neath this blue Canadian moon. This old world has made me crazy, crazy as a lamb. This old world has made me crazy, crazy as a lamb.
Thank y'all. Y'all give it up for Jack Barksdale and Austin
Hey,
Harper on the
Partridge.
sound machine.
Austin Harper.